So today we're very privileged to be in the office of One Championship with Chatri, whom I've known for 20 plus years. We were classmates at Harvard Business School a long time ago. This is the One Championship belt, which is worn by the One Championship fighters. But we're here really today, Chatri, to learn about your story, to talk about sports in Asia, what is in front of us, and also this amazing story of how you have created all this from nothing. So anyway, we'll start with, Chatri, how did we get here? We were classmates in HBS, class of 1999, and then you went to Wall Street as a hedge fund guy. Take us from there, what happened?
Well, you know, when I was really poor, because my family had actually gone bankrupt and my father abandoned the family. And so I was really struggling. And I thought naively that if I made a lot of money, I would be happy in life and that I would be able to provide for my mother and my younger brother. And so my days of Wall Street, I was making a lot of money. I was quote unquote successful. I ran my own hedge fund and I can't say I didn't like it. I had a lot of fun. But I felt something was missing. I really felt like, you know, what's the point of making a lot of money? What, you're gonna buy more material things, houses, cars, whatever it is, but yet, what was I really doing with my life? I just felt something empty, something missing in my life. And, you know, martial arts has been my greatest passion for the last 30 plus years.
I remember you were practicing when you were at school.
Exactly. I was the president and founder of the martial arts club at HBS. And it's my greatest passion. I've been doing this for over 30 years. I train every day. I train even now every day. And I said, man, I got to do something with my greatest passion in life. At the same time, when I put my hedge fund manager hat on, I realized like there are several multi-billion-dollar sports media properties in every region of the world, except for Asia. So at that time it was NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball. Europe was EPL, F1, Bundesliga, etc. And NFL, being the world's most valuable sports media property, is worth $75 billion according to Forbes in terms of market value. And I said, this opportunity is massive. Asia has 4.4 billion people. Asia as a whole martial arts for 5,000 years. So when I had the logical side of me say, man, there's a massive greenfield opportunity here. There was literally no sports media properties. But martial arts is something truly part of Asian culture, history, tradition, values. Japan has karate, Korea has taekwondo, China has kung fu, Muay Thai from Thailand, Silat from Indonesia, the list goes on and on. And so I said, man, let me try to create a sports property that unites 4.4 billion people, that celebrates Asia's greatest cultural treasure, martial arts, and the deep-rooted Asian values of integrity, humility, honor, respect, discipline, courage, and compassion. And so 6.5 years ago, I started One Championship, and it's been a crazy, crazy ride since.
How has that journey been? How did you know when you first got started? Right, I'm sure lots of people told you that hey, you're crazy. Asia is a place where different languages, different countries, different customs and all that. Right? How have you been able to pull all that together to put together this team that's driving this?
I'll be upfront. I mean, the first 3 years was the hardest experience I'd ever gone through. I literally was rejected by every single person, thousands of rejections, thousands of failures. It was literally, you know, when I talk to governments, oh, we don't like sports. When I talk to investors, Asians don't like sports, or martial arts is, you know, not a genre that can take off. Advertisers and sponsors, they didn't understand martial arts. They had this Western concept of martial arts, which was blood sport and violence and hatred and antagonism, which is the exact opposite of what One Championship is about. One Championship is about celebrating Asia's greatest cultural treasure in the most authentic way possible and the most Asian way possible in terms of values of integrity and humility and honor and respect and so forth. And potential employees, I couldn't recruit anybody. Broadcasters didn't want to air us. So it was, I mean, at one point, I just remember thinking to myself after 3 years, like, this is going nowhere. And all I was doing was burning cash and literally going nowhere. But what got me back to everything was the fact that I've been doing martial arts my entire life. I love martial arts. It changed my life. It pulled me out of poverty in many ways because it gave me a warrior spirit. It gave me courage. It gave me discipline and work ethic and all the great things that helped me escape poverty and end up where I am today. I knew deep in my heart that this is what my life's calling was, my destiny. The fact that I've been a lifelong martial artist from Asia, And my love, just my genuine passion, my love in my heart for martial arts is what kept me going.
What were some of the things that happened along here that gave you the confidence to continue and got us today?
Right. It was just a deep rooted belief that no one in history had ever showcased the true beauty of authentic martial arts from its birthplace, Asia, and celebrating values that inspire the world, as opposed to, every other organization in the world that does martial arts is focused on the fight and the violence. And I took a totally different approach. I said, I want to build real life heroes who ignite the world with hope, strength, dreams, and inspiration and courage. And that was another thing that Asians sorely lacked. I mean, Asia had no sporting heroes at all, other than Yao Ming and Manny Pacquiao. Literally none on the global stage. So I said, there must be a way to create real Asian homegrown heroes who, and by the way, Asians genuinely are the best in martial arts in the world because it's homegrown here. So that was the advantage I kind of had, and I just had to tell these stories. And what the turning point for me was when I realized that I had to tell stories, that my team had to tell stories of these incredible human beings. So what do I mean by that? 95% of our athletes, they choose to be professional fighters because they had no other option in life. They were born in the bottom rungs of society in poverty, tragedy, adversity, despair. And somehow they made it through their own physical abilities as opposed to going to school and having that chance. I'll give you an example. One of our Filipino heroes, Edward Faleang, that literally lit up the market for us in the Philippines. He was born in the bottom rungs of society. His parents are illiterate. He had 9 brothers and sisters. 5 passed away from basic illness because they couldn't afford doctor or medical care. And he became the first in his family to read and write, graduated from university. Along the way, he started martial arts when he was a kid and became a Wushu gold medalist, and then eventually transitioned into one championship where he eventually built himself up to a world title shot against a Japanese legend, and he was a 10-1 underdog. And he won that fight in just the most miraculous fashion. And our TV ratings exploded, our social media metrics exploded in the Philippines. And the bout was actually taking place in Singapore. That's the turning point, when we realized our heroes, let's tell their stories. So it becomes about Filipinos celebrating their history, their culture, their heroes together. And it's not about anything else. And here's the thing, like, you listen to that story, it's not about fighting or martial arts. It's about, you can be a CEO, you could be a reporter, you could be an engineer, you could be a marketing director. You'll be inspired by that story if you're Filipino, right? So that was the turning point. And we have literally locked up the market with about 90% market share of all the best world champions, the best athletes across Asia from all the martial arts genres. So now, today, we're the world's largest martial arts organization. We feature bouts across all styles of martial arts, so Muay Thai, mixed martial arts, submission grappling, kickboxing, Le Dui, Silat, etc. And we're the only organization to do so on a holistic level on a global scale.